Welcome to my classroom for the 2026-2027 school year. I teach middle school and high school, so I will show you first some of the things around my room that are just personal touches, and then I'll talk more about the classes that I'm going to teach this year. I'm a big Gilmore Girls fan, so I had some signs printed that are quotes from the show. Up here is my Star Wars collection. One year I thought it would be fun to do a Star Wars themed classroom, and then I realized I didn't have enough stuff to do that. So most of the things in my classroom are just things that I really like that I don't have enough to make the whole classroom that theme, which is okay. So my theme for this year for my classroom is my favorite things. This here is my Uncle Roy, my great Uncle Roy, in his class photo, I believe in Zenith, Missouri. My Uncle Roy went to live with my parents about 3 years ago, and it was such a blessing to get to know him better. He lived on their farm and just got to live his best life there. I have some videos of some times that I had with him, some interviews that I had, because he was a World War II veteran, so I loved talking with him about his stories, and I'll link those below if you would like to see a World War II veteran talk about his experiences in life. And he sadly passed away this past winter. It was really hard because I just enjoyed his time so much, his time that we had together. But I thought I would bring him into our classroom. He actually made this picture frame, so it's kind of sweet. He made it with, he said it's spaghetti, like some spaghetti, and he made it for his mom. So I thought I would bring that into our room. This is also a bell that he had, and I think it was from his class, from his school. So that's just kind of fun to have in here. This is something that I literally just have because it cracks me up. I was at a rummage sale with one of my very best friends, Abbie, and she's in some of my videos too. Those have a whole playlist called Videos with Abbie, I think. So if you want to see those videos, she likes to read, she homeschools, and she's just really awesome. So those videos, I'll link those below too because they're fun. But that picture, first of all, who thought it would be a good idea to put his face on a plate? And maybe that's a thing. Maybe people collect plates of presidents. But my next question would be why? Why would you collect plates of presidents? And then I guess the answer is you wouldn't, which is why someone then donated this to the rummage sale, but then we found it and thought it was just kind of hilarious. So it's in my classroom because I feel like every classroom in America needs to have a picture of George Washington. That's like, I feel very, very strongly about this, but I don't actually at all. I just think it's really funny. So there he is. He just sits up there and watches us. Our school art teacher is really cool. We've always had really good art teachers. And so this is a piece that my son did, and also a couple other pieces that he has done. And I like to decorate with my kids' artwork. I just filmed the whole segment and I wasn't even actually filming. It was about my kids' artwork. I like to decorate with my kids' artwork, and I even do this at home. My downstairs bathroom is pictures of watercolor flowers that my kids have done in art class, and it's just fun to frame them and use those to decorate. So I do that here at school too. I got this idea from Ashley Bible. Building Book Love is her business, and she decorates her classroom with shower curtains. So I have a couple shower curtains that I change out throughout the seasons, and this is the one I start with because it's just fun. And then my daughter picked this out for this year, this bookshelf, and she put the whole thing together. I'm so proud of her. Fun little corner shelf, and she picked out these lights too because we thought that would be pretty. This here has become my phrase for the year. I was talking to my husband the other day. We have coffee in the morning together, and it's pretty much the only time we have to connect where other people are not around. And I was reflecting on how we are in these golden years, these years where our kids are still at home and under one roof, and it's just really precious. Our kids are in sports and activities, and it's our life just going to these places, and it can be so good. And it's golden to me. I was thinking we're in the golden years. There's also a quote from The Office. Andy Bernard, he says something along the lines of, I wish we would have known then that these were the good old days. And I feel like I do know that. These are the good days. And so I just want to remember that. And then I was thinking, oh my goodness, there's that K-pop Demon Hunters movie, and one of the songs is Golden. And so then it all came together. So 2 days ago, my daughter and I came to the classroom, and I came to work on lesson plans, making copies of things. So obviously, instead, because on the way there I had this thought, we did that instead. We made we made those letters and everything. So I didn't get any of that other stuff done because we did that. And it was worth it, okay? I had big plans to make this cuter, but it's not, and it's fine. It's just gonna be what it is, a place for students to check out supplies because they wind up walking away with them, which is totally fine. I don't think it's intentional, but I think that they just forget that they borrowed my pencil, and that's fine too. These are a dime a dozen. However, I don't have a whole lot of dimes, so I need them to bring the pencils back if they forgot their supplies for that day, so they can just write their name next to it. Say they're taking a pencil or a ruler, lots of kids use the rulers, and then they can just bring it back. They'll remember, we'll all remember that that was mine, and they need to put it back. One of my friends saw the same idea on Instagram, and hers is way cuter. Okay, so something that I talk about a lot in my videos is about my ticket system. I buy these tickets, they last the whole year, and when students answer questions, maybe like on a grammar assignment, I'll say like, who knows where the comma goes, and they answer the question, they get a ticket. Or if they help someone who drops something on the floor, or if they just, I don't know, return something that they were supposed to return, they get a ticket. They put their name on it, it goes in an envelope in the back of the room, and I'll show you those. Then every month I draw 2 names for a prize. And the prizes are really cheesy sometimes. Sometimes it's just food, sometimes it's a pencil, but they get excited just because they won it. I do put a lot of thought each month, what am I gonna give a prizes this month? And it sometimes costs some money, because if I do all of my classes, it's about $10 a month if it's just from the Dollar Tree, but now they're $1.50. It just can add up. Well, my very good friend Beth, one of my favorite people in the world, made this for me. This is a 3D printed prize machine. So when I draw one of the students' names out, they will get a token, which is reusable, put it in the machine, turn it, and they get a prize. And she also printed the prizes. They're the cutest little things here. So cute. And then I'll keep this, I can put other prizes in it, and it just goes right back up here. We have one in here that has a special coupon in it, and if the kids get that prize, they get to take this home. And then when they do, I'll get another one from my friend Beth. So it's really fun. And then it just goes right back in here, a little token. Now, Beth has the best YouTube channel. It is called Twin 3D, and she and her twin make 3D projects, and they have a theme, and it's just so much fun to watch. They will talk about what their goals are, what their rules are surrounding what they're gonna make, and then they make those things, then get back together and show each other on Zoom because they don't live near each other. It's so much fun, so you should check that out. I will link that below. And if you're interested in this for your classroom, you need to go to her channel and contact her because she is willing to make these at a very affordable price. Teachers don't have a lot of money, she knows that, and she has different ideas for how you can buy these. You can just buy the dispenser and buy your own little little containers here, your own prizes, which at Christmas time, I was thinking I can take these, fill them with Christmas candy, and then everyone gets to turn the knob and get something from the prize machine. Also for their birthdays, by the way. I'm doing a token. They get a token, they can get a prize for their birthday. You can fill these with anything. However, I am getting these from her at, again, a very affordable cost. She knows we don't have money. And so they're just the cutest little 3D printed things, and my students are gonna love them at all ages. All of my aged students are gonna love this. My 7th graders, my 9th graders, it's gonna be great. Now, one thing that I love to do is serve my students hot beverages on cold days. I think it's really cozy to have a cup of tea while you're reading a book, and I do teach mostly English classes, so I love to have hot drinks for my students. I keep a kettle in my room. In the winter, I will get hot chocolate or I'll have tea with honey. It's very affordable to serve students hot drinks, except for the cups. So the cups, having to constantly, I mean, if I have 60 students one day and they all get a special drink, that's 60 styrofoam cups, we're throwing them all away. So this year I decided that my 9th grade students, I'm gonna start with them, my 9th grade students can bring their own mug, and we're gonna store them in this cabinet, and they can have hot tea when they're in here. And I know these kids, they're super responsible. I think that they'll really enjoy this. And I haven't decided if I'm just gonna open it up to every day or if it's gonna be just once a week. but I will figure that out as I see if it's too much of a distraction. But I just think it's nice to have something hot to drink when I'm working. And if they can have that once a day or whenever they're in my class, I think that would just be relaxing, and that is my goal, to make sure that they're relaxed and having a good time while we're learning. Something else that I am doing this year is I bought a Norwex cloth for my classroom. So I'm not super picky about this kind of stuff, but we do have Clorox wipes. I know that's the standard thing, wipe down your tables with Clorox wipes, but I don't know that it's necessarily that healthy for your hands, but who knows? I'm not sure it's the best option if there are other ways to clean your tables. So I got this Norwex cloth, and I remember the Norwex parties when I was a stay-at-home mom. Everyone had them and you bought them and they were magic. Well, I thought I would have one for my classroom, and then at some point in the day, maybe at the end of the day, the students can just wipe down with this cloth, and then I'll just make sure it stays clean. I can take it home to get it cleaned. But I think that's gonna be a nice alternative to just constantly using Clorox wipes. I will find out, we'll see. But I thought that would be a nice little thing, and it wasn't that expensive. It was at Walmart, so not that expensive. And maybe healthier for the students. This is my assignment board for this year, and these are the classes I'm teaching. A section of 7th grade math, a section of 6th grade math, a section of 9th grade world lit, 7th grade English. And all of those subjects are color coded, so they all have the same color. The math, 7th grade math is all blue, and so that's where they will turn in their assignments. And then just for my own organization, I use these drawers for the students' papers. So when I'm making copies, if it's for 7th grade math, I just put all of those in here, and it's kind of just a filing system. It's really great for when I have subs, because I can say, just open up the 6th grade math drawer and everything's right here. And I'll plan out for a couple weeks that everything's in there. Now I'll show you my bulletin boards for the different classes that I'm teaching. This is my 7th grade English. I got these signs from Ashley Bible at Building Book Love. They are so great because they have actual examples of these literary devices or figurative language terms, and I love that. So it's just fun because it'll say where it came from, like this came from Ray Bradbury, this was Henry David Thoreau, and so it's just a real example of what this figurative language or literary device is. For 9th grade World Lit, I got this map. This year we are using Fundamentals of Literature from BJU, and this book is not necessarily world lit, but our curriculum here is. So we will be doing some excerpts from this book, but then also novels like Animal Farm, The Art of War, Julius Caesar, and others that I will share. But that is how we do our curriculum here. 9th grade is world lit. So when we read anything, we're gonna find out where it's from, where the author's from, and put it on our map so we can keep track. And the students will have their own maps that they're gonna be keeping track of. I'm calling it Where in the World is 9th grade world lit? And they won't get that reference because they don't know Carmen Sandiego, but we do. And so I'll tell them who Carmen Sandiego was. It was my first video game ever on my computer, my first computer game. And it was so much fun back when the internet dialed up. And so we're gonna keep track of that in our binder. It's gonna be one of their grades to keep track of where that literature was found and who wrote it. For my 6th and 7th grade math, I just couldn't resist. It's 6-7 math, you know, they're still into that. I don't know why, but hopefully we don't say that as much this year. These are just some posters of some good things to remember, and that will probably change throughout the year. And then these are the envelopes. The classes' names will be on those envelopes so that they know which envelope to put their tickets in when they get a ticket. My daughter organized my classroom library for me this year. I have never had it organized ever, and she is really good at organizing. So she has all these really cool stickers, and it's all based on genre. Such a fun thing, and I hope that the students take care of it because she worked really hard on it. If you get a book with a yellow sticker from a basket that has a yellow sticker on it, then you put that book back in that basket that has the yellow sticker on it. I also have a new chair this year. It's from my husband's college dorm room because he was gonna give it to one of our nephews, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I actually need a chair for my classroom. So here's my little space where I'll be, it's Abbie! Abbie is here for another reason, but she's here with me right now, and so she's just listening to me film this video. Hi. What are you reading?
Remarkably Bright Creatures.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't seen the movie either. Her book is a read with Jenna. It's really bright. Her book is a read with Jenna. Mine is a Reese's Book Club, which I've decided I'm gonna read all of Reese's Book Club books this year because every month she has a new book that comes out on her book club, and it's usually amazing. Actually, I've never read one of her books with her seal on it that isn't amazing. And this one is called The Wild Beneath. And so tonight, we don't start school until later this week. Tonight, I will be reading this book and finishing it. It's so good. And so I'm really glad that I got it. And then here's the read with Jenna.
Yeah.
She always has good recommendations too.
Then we should trade.
We should trade. I told her, I was reading this last night. I thought Abbie would love this book. And I don't want to say what it's about because I had no idea what it was about when I started it, and I just want it to be a surprise. This is my book sleeve, my Gilmore Girls book sleeve. It's really bright. Okay, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so we're gonna make some tea, and I'm gonna tell you some of the other stuff I do around here, like administrative things before the school year gets started. But I also want to show you some of the other things that my friend Beth has made for my classroom. She made me this clicker, so fun. She made me Charlie, this guy, so fun. She made me this guy, because I like Star Wars. Remember, my Star Wars themed classroom that's not fully Star Wars themed because I don't have everything Star Wars. Oh, there's this too. I love him so much, my little Grogu. It's always more fun to read and do English when you have a cup of tea.
Thank you.
Okay. So one of the first things that I do when I get my class list is put it into a form that I can have little check boxes next to the kids' names, because that's how I keep track of core points, which is just our school's way of keeping track of behavior, like being respectful, being courteous. And so my students get 3 core points every day, 2 for positive participation and 1 for bringing all your stuff, preparedness. So after 5 times that you haven't brought your pencil and you're borrowing one from over here, you're probably gonna lose one of those core points. So that's just the way that I keep track of behavior, and I keep it on the clipboard. I'll just mark down the date and when that happened, or if they're not participating positively, I'll just mark that down. And then at the end of the week, when I put in the core points to the grade book, I'll just click the grade that I'm putting in and say why that happened, and that's how I'll communicate with the parents. Unless it's a common thing, then I'll be sending an email home. But that doesn't happen very often. I also make sure I get everyone's birthday written down in my whole class load, because I think birthdays are so important. And so I make little cards on Canva and I put them in envelopes. I'll usually put a sticker in it or a pencil or something. And then this year they'll get a token for the prize. I keep these in my desk drawer. They're from Aldi. I think this pack here was about $3. So it's less, way less than $1 per chocolate bar. And I keep these for when my friends are having birthdays. So when it's the girl's birthday down the hall, I have a candy bar already ready, and I have a birthday card. I just fill it out, give the candy bar. Oh, I just keep them here. They're here for when those birthdays come up. And then if I forgot someone's birthday, I've already got their chocolate. I'm like, I got you chocolate for your birthday. So that's just kind of a little hack. One of our secretaries, her favorite candy is Gushers. So I have these Gushers for her, because I think it's really important to give your secretary something on the first day of school, and maybe your principal too. I already gave my principal her gift. I gave her a folder that is K-pop Demon Hunters and a notebook because she loves K-pop Demon Hunters. But I just think it's nice to give them something because of all that they've already done for you throughout the summer and everything they're going to be doing for you during the school year. It's nice just to be like, I'm thinking of you. Thank you for what you're doing. It's just a little nice thing to have on their desk for them. First day of school. A couple years ago, I had door decorations for every season, and the students, no matter what grade, would get to take a door decoration, decorate it, put their name on it, and put it on the door. Because elementary classrooms do that, but we kind of lose some of that elementary stuff when you get into middle school and high school, obviously, but sometimes they still like that stuff. I didn't know how much they liked it until one season I just took them all down. I was like, no one really cares, you know. And one of the students who was older said, when are we gonna do the door decorations for this month? And I thought, oh my gosh, they actually care. So I am gonna continue that this year. Last year I didn't. Last year my door was Ryan Trahan's 50 States in 50 Days because we had watched that all summer and it was just really fun. So that was my door decoration. This year I am gonna put golden on my door. I'm gonna be working on that today. Put golden on the door, and then all the students can, if they want, take this, put their name on it, put their name on it and write something that is golden about this year, something they're looking forward to for the year, and then they can hang it up on the door. Or a favorite quote, or a favorite book. I don't really care, just as long as it's appropriate. Write something on this star and put it on our door. And we'll see if I continue doing that throughout the year. But I thought I would start the year that way with these stars that I cut on a die cut machine in the elementary hallway. It's kind of fun. I think that's everything. I think that's all I have to share today about my classroom for this year. I think it's going to be a great year. I'm excited, and it will be happening soon. It'll be starting soon. One more thing that I have to complete before the year starts is this Building Book Love. Ashley Bible is her name. She just has great resources on Teachers Pay Teachers, and anything I've used of hers, it's excellent and worth the money spent. She has this pocket system, and I have the pockets. I'm going to be hanging them up over there. It is for grammar. So if I am checking their papers and I see, wow, you're using a lot of fragments and here's what you need to know, I'll just put a 1 next to it. They'll have in their binder and on the wall what the 1 means. They go over there, pick the fragment card and learn about it, and then they can fix it. So not only are you saying, hey, you're making this mistake, but it's all there for you as far as what to fix and how to fix it, these little grammar mini lessons. So I'm going to be working on that, and that will be going up on my wall. If you're curious how I teach 7th grade English, I will link below some of the videos that I talk about the Daily 5 that we do, the novels that we learn with. And then if you're curious about my math classes, I have tons of math videos that in a playlist called Math Time Excellent. And yes, it is a Wayne's World reference. The students don't know Wayne's World, so it's just for my own personal pleasure that it's called that. And those videos share how I teach the different concepts that we're learning in math class, and I show those videos to my students. I will give that to them, those links, so that they can see again how I've taught that lesson if they're confused. So those are there as well. I'll leave that playlist link below. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great school year, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, that's so stupid. Hi, welcome to my classroom. It's too low. Peppermint? Or, no, you don't like peppermint. Or, I have the lemon glaze. Oh, I'm even filming. I didn't realize I was filming.